ladies and gentlemen. Officially welcome to the Stormcast. It's 2025. It's your girl, Fickle Storms, on the microphone right now, and I'm so excited. I need to calm down. Let me not shout. Let me not raise my voice. Let me have some decorum. So I know it's been a really long time since I've done one of these Stormcasts, but I promise this is my solemn pledge to myself, not even to you, because really I'm in the season of pledging things to myself right now because I'm a goddess and I deserve it, that I will be doing these weekly. So right now it's a quick midweek musing. It's going to be short, sweet, to the point. When I say short and sweet, that's short and sweet for somebody that's do like talking on radio. I do have missed the mic. I missed the mic. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are just joining me, hi, my name is Fickle Storms. In case you didn't know, I'm a radio and television presenter. I work in multiple spaces and multiple places across multiple platforms, and I love every single bit of all the things that I do. You can catch my voice at the moment on Light Radio 95.5. If you haven't tuned in, you absolutely should. We are the light wave of radio, and I will be live on there very, very soon, sooner than you think, but you'll definitely catch little bits of my voice there in the meantime. Anyways, I decided to come through with this midweek musing, honestly, because there's some stuff I want to share with you. And this week, my musing fundamentally is around feelings, force, foolishness, and some facts about some wealthy Black people. Hey-o, let's go. The thing about feelings, right, is feelings can be very fickle. They can drive us to do things that sometimes are positive. A lot of the times they can also drive us to do things that don't serve us in the long run. And it's a fine line between the two. It can be often very challenging to figure out which is the feeling that I should be paying attention to, which is the one that is forcing me into a foolish phase of my life, which is a feeling that I should completely ignore, and what's the difference between feeling and intuition. I think these are all really, really valid questions. And I'm going to try and share with you my experience of that and how I navigate it. Yeah, so essentially, I think you have to think about it this way, right? Like, how many people really wake up and feel like going to the gym? I don't feel like going to the gym 9 times out of 10. In fact, one of the hardest parts of working out is getting up to go. I don't feel like going, but I go. I go because it's important to get up and go, because I know I will feel fulfilled at the end of it. I'll be satisfied at the end of it, because it's leading me to be the person that I want to be at the end of the day, which is someone that takes their physical fitness seriously. I want to have longevity of life, and studies have shown that physical fitness contributes to that. I also want to look, let me just say this one, let me not stutter. I also want to look hot as fuck. That's very important as well. So I go to the gym. I get my behind in the gym. That's why I get up and I work out even when I don't feel like it. I want to be able to eat everything under the sun. Like, I love dairy. Guys, I love milk. I love all dairy products, and everything that derives from the cow I kind of really like. But do you know what's happened as I've aged, as I've just evolved? My body has evolved to despise milk. Milk has turned on me. Dairy has turned on me. I can't have yogurt. I can't have cheese. I mean, I can, but if I do, there are consequences. You know, like it comes, like I have terrible stomach upsets. It comes out on my skin. I have breakouts. It's annoying. I feel like I want to eat that stuff, but a lot of the times I can't, because I don't want to be the person who can't be out in public because she's always messing and everywhere smelling. That's not nice, you know? That's not nice. So this is what I mean by feelings are fickle. Just because you feel a thing doesn't mean you have to act on the feeling that you have. And we live in a time and an age, I think, where a lot of us, we are impulsive. We're acting on feelings, nothing else. Complete feelings and flights of fancy. We're like, I don't really feel, I feel like you should. I'm like, right now we don't care about your feelings. I know it's an epidemic in the workplace. A lot of people don't have a work ethic anymore. A lot of people are not disciplined about the things they say they're going to do, especially when it concerns other people's work. Even when it concerns your own, in fact, you should really prioritize your work. But people are not prioritizing work. We're not trying to get things done. We're not disciplined about a lot of the things because we don't feel like it. You know, something I saw on social media the other day, and I kind of agree, a therapist talking about how we have abused the phrase mental health. Everything is negatively affecting our mental health. Oh, this is affecting my, like, stop being so weak. Toughen up. Life is tough. Of course, things are going to affect your mental health. It doesn't mean you can't get up and grind through that. Anyways, there are times when you should rest. There are times when you should pause. There are times when you should take a break. But there are also times when you must just get up and do the thing that you need to do. All right? Stop caving into feelings every 0.2 seconds. Feelings are fickle. They will pass. And guess what? You'll feel worse if you don't do the thing that you committed to yourself mentally that you would do. You will feel worse if you don't do the thing that leads you to the person that you want to become. Just before I open up the microphone, I meditated. Typically, I try to get my meditation in first thing in the morning, but you know how life be. Sometimes I be fickle as well with my feelings and I forget. So the day will get ahead of me and I will just charge on and then I'll remember at some point. But the important thing is the commitment I made to myself, which is to meditate every day. I more or less stick to that, which is very important. Even if it's for 2 minutes, you can always give 2 minutes in the day. And that's what I did. I took 2 minutes, and in the meditation app that I use, and I use an app called Insight Timer, which is actually very good, especially if you like free things. Haha, I do. There's a quote that comes up for me and it says, the greatest communication is how we are rather than what we say. The greatest communication is how we are rather than what we say. I mean, I want you to really think about that because this is an era of a lot of packaging. Package. you're talking about yourself, you present, you package. The reality is people will experience you in real life. Yes, there's a perception a little bit on social media and all that bull, but people will get a sense of who you are by the things that you do, not just what you say. You can only talk a good talk for so long, and after a while people start seeing through that thin layer, that thin veneer. So the things that you do, the moment to moment, that is what makes up your life. And what kind of person are you? Who are you in reality? Not who you say you are, but who are you? It is your actions that define who you are. So when you make commitments, are you a person that follows through on commitments, or do you just break the commitments? Are you someone who talks a big talk about, oh, this is important to me, that's important to me, but in reality, you're not doing any of the things you say are important to you in your life? Are you somebody who's on a journey to be healthier? And you say you want to be healthier, you say you want to live long, you say you want to live in good health, you pray about it every day, you're skabashing like, Father Allah, you have midnight prayer, NSPDTP, all the prayers, you're involved in all the prayer circles. Yet, you are eating swallow in the middle of the night. You have not moved your body in years. If you walk up a flight of stairs, your heart is racing tremendously. When your friends try to encourage you to say, come, let's exercise, let's do small gym, let's go on a small walk. You say no. For what? Something must kill a man. If I'm dragging you this wonderful Wednesday, you deserve to be dragged. It's okay. It's okay. But I drag you with love. Storms just come that way sometimes. You are the things that you do, not just what you say you are. So when you say something, follow through, all right? Feelings are fickle. Don't be someone that just sits on feelings. However, I will also say this. There is a fine line between, maybe not even a fine line between that. I will also say that we should also consider when it's time to force yourself to do certain things. And while I say feelings are fickle, and even if you don't feel like doing something, you should, kind of push yourself to do it and force yourself through that. I think there's a fine line between force and foolishness as well. And you have to really think about that one. That's a difficult one. It's all right to push yourself to achieve certain things. And, I know I use the gym example because it's the one that maybe for those of you who follow me on social media, you would have seen. But if you have don't push yourself to exhaustion. That's just foolish because your body's going to break down. So in fact, you start counteracting the effect of the workout because the thing that you're doing for longevity, for health, and to look like a baddie at the end of the day, you get me, to look fit as fudge at the end of the day. If you overdo it, you'll have the opposite effect. You'll break down. Your body will pack up because it's like, I don't know who you're trying to kill, but I'm a check out before you actually kill me. Your body will give up on you if you do anyhow. You see anyhow. All right. So do remember that there's also a fine line between force and foolishness. Be mindful of those feelings, but also be mindful of forcing yourself because at that point, if you force too much, it becomes kind of foolish. Don't you think? I think so. Speaking of somebody who forced things and ended up looking a little bit foolish. I want to talk about Will Smith. I'm only talking about Will Smith because I was kind of going through the news because I'm trying to get back into my catching up on what's happening in the world. I avoid the news in general because it can be overwhelming. It can feel very depressing, but I think it's also important to stay aware of what's going on in the world. So I'm just choosing my news focus, and I'm kind of focusing on black money these days because I like money and I like us. So yeah, that's it. You know, I'm like, what's black money doing these days? And when you think of black money, you can't help but think of Will Smith. And Will Smith and foolishness came up in the same thought pattern, unfortunately, because of the slap that resounded around the world, that will forever be a part of his legacy now. That's nuts. That's a prime example of when a feeling forces you into a foolish fucking space. Because, bruh, Will Smith is one of the greatest influences in black culture and entertainment over the past few decades. And I mean, it's deep. It's really, really deep. I mean, think about it this way, right? Will Smith, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, iconic 90s sitcom, didn't just launch his acting career, but provided this huge, positive, relatable representation of black family life. He influenced generations. It showed such a wide range of black experiences, and it was one of the first shows to do that. It was beautiful. Then he evolved into one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, consistently delivering box office excellence. I mean, his level of success in mainstream Hollywood is significant, especially for a black actor. Then don't forget that his musical origins, one of the first rappers to win, or no, one of the first rapper to win a Grammy, like hectic. He's been breaking barriers left, right, and center. He has an ability to transcend racial barriers in his films, his production company. He has global recognition. He does huge amounts of philanthropy alongside his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, that's Will Smith. That's Will Smith, one of the greatest black icons. Like, genuinely speaking, whether or not you like him, it is just what it is. His net worth is valued at between $350 million and $375 million. Will Smith is a valuable human being, any which way you look at it. And what he does impacts everybody in the world. But what he does impacts everybody in the world. And when he did that thing and he reached out and hit the other really famous black guy, that was a thing. Anyways, that aside, it's also pretty cool to know that Will Smith will be headlining his first tour, but in like 20 years, essentially. He's got an album coming out this March, on the 28th of March, I just discovered. Very exciting. But the tour that he's going to be doing, covering UK and Europe, is called the Based on a True Story Tour. And it will actually be his first Will Smith headliner tour. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy to think? So that's going to be happening all through summer. So if anybody wants to buy me tickets to go see Will Smith in London, he's going to be at the O2 Brixton Academy on the 28th of August. I will be graciously accepting tickets just because you guys love me, for no other reason. Anyways, that's what Black Money is doing this week, and that's my midweek musing in general. So just reminding you that you are what you do, and that's the best way to communicate with people. So the person that you say you are, or that you say you want to be, you better start acting and working in that direction, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels tough, even when you just want to lay down and sleep. Remember the commitments you've made to yourself, and remember that you are worth those commitments. So just get up and follow through and get going. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this week's Stormcast. I will be with you again next week, maybe even before then. I also want to share with you guys, I have a little private community channel on Instagram. So join my Instagram channel. We are the Storm Riders. Whoop whoop, because we ride through life storms together. Because I can be a little bit public shy, and a lot of times I don't feel like being out in public, but I have to because I'm a quote unquote public personality, whatever. I will be trying to organize slightly more intimate gatherings with my personal community, so please do feel free to join me up on the Instagram channel, because when those gatherings are happening, that is where I will announce it. Okay, that's 1. 2, Baby Farm is coming out on Netflix on the 21st of March. It's in just a couple of days, and I'm so excited. Baby Farm is this incredibly powerful story about something that happens more often than you would think across the African continent and across the Asian continent as well, where young women are kind of forced into labor. They're forced into bearing children to be sold off for people sometimes who cannot have their own children. It can be a very horrible practice, and this story is so powerful, and I'm in this series. It's a series that's coming out on the 21st of March. It's an Ebony Life production, original, but it's going to be on Netflix, and it's going to be dope. So you guys watch it everywhere in the world. Watch it. Use a VPN. Watch it. You didn't hear me say that, but watch it. It's great. Don't forget, of course, Red Circle Gang. If you haven't joined the circle, join the circle as well. This is my acting life coming to the front. All the information is up on my Instagram. I'm also up on TikTok as well, so please holler at me on TikTok if you can. I'm trying to grow like my little community, grow my account. And very soon I'll start putting the Stormcast, I'm sure, on YouTube. But for now, I'm recording my pajamas with, like an old scarf on my head, because I can't be bothered. So, not physically recording my face is kind of exciting for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Stormcast is done. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your time and attention. Until next time, bye bye.